Hey guys, and welcome back. It's your boy Eileo, and today we're going to talk about siphon sets and just in general farming for not only story stages for either Astromon, some money, or stuff in general like that, but also like some of the golem stages as well. So let's go ahead and let's get it, guys. Okay, so brief explanation for those of you if you don't know what a siphon set is or a siphon gem in general. You can get siphon gems, pugilist gems, and I believe one other, maybe I might be wrong, but one other gem maybe from dragons 1 through 10, which is after golems B10. So if you aren't able to comfortably farm golems B10, then don't even bother with going for dragons, not yet, because you need to work your way up. But if you're at that point, which you'll be mid to late game at that point, you're able to get siphon gems. Essentially what a siphon gem does is you'll see that set bonus is SP drain. So with SP drain, when you kill a mon or when you attack a mon, your mon's gonna get quite a good boost of SP, which is a blue bar, for them to do their 5-star skill. Now what that equates to is more 5-star skills, which 98% of mons all have AoE 5-star skills, which would then induce in theory, a faster clear time because you're hitting more monsters instead of a single target. So with the siphon set, there is kind of a stipulation on what you should put on a siphon set. While technically any mon could be put on a siphon set if you have the gems for them, I would only put mons that, like my Siegfried right here, that have moral boost and elemental edge on their skills, preferably moral boost or battle rush on the 3-star skill, and elemental edge or predator or something equal to that on their 5-star skill, and make sure that they do AoE damage as well. That's when it's going to be optimal for you to use the siphon set for any mon. But let me go down the list real quick. Fire Siegfried is definitely, without a doubt, a great candidate for a siphon set. Mons like Succubus, she does have, well, that's HP siphon. Actually, mons like Mona. Let me get to her. Actually, I'll stop before I get to Mona. Another good one would be Jin as well, which you can't get Jin until you start farming dragons and get enough essence. That's what that little tiny jar is on your airship. Once you get enough essence, you can summon one of the RGB Jins. But Jin's also a great farmer as well because he's an attacker. He has quite high attack, and he has morale boost on his first skill and his predator on the second. So his SP bar is going to go up real quick, and he's going to dish out his 5-star skill with predator, so 40% damage boost in terms of raw damage, and he's going to destroy. So he's definitely a great candidate as well for a siphon set. You could put Mona on a siphon set as well, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you somehow have plenty of siphon gems just hanging out. The only reason I wouldn't recommend it is because you could put her on a Valor set and just keep her for B8 and Titans and maybe Clan versus Clan, which is all that I use her for. You could use her in story as well, but if you have a mon that has moral boost and elemental edge as her second skill, then there's not really any point in using her for a siphon set unless it's going to be for like hardcore B8 farming. You definitely don't want to put Sea-Suckers on a siphon set either, because in theory it sounds like a good idea, but it doesn't work out that way. They're much better with like a damage set. Another one, you could put Artemis on a siphon set because she has double sap on both her skills. Well, not double sap, but she has both her skills are sap. Only reason being is that if you're farming something like B10, then her on the siphon set means she's going to be doing her 3-star skill first, getting the extra SP and then doing the 5-star skill AoE, so sapping every mon basically that she can get a hold of to help speed up your runs, because that means every mon after every turn is going to start ticking down their HP, which is great. And you see that done with like a light Raditz team as well, where they have double sap and they're just running on Siphon sets just to spam that stat, because you get a whole bunch of stacks of sap and you're gonna DPS through pretty much anything, especially in B10. So Artemis is definitely a candidate as well. Like I said, it's only certain mon. It's kind of like a niche thing where it works if you have the correct mon, but if you don't have the correct mon, it's kind of pointless. Mini Sierra, both light and dark, can use the Siphon set as well. You can see that mine has a Siphon set on her. I do have the dark one as well, but like I said before, she has Battle Rush. Both of them share the same skills, but they both have Battle Rush. So not only is she going to heal herself, but she's going to get SP every turn and Elemental Edge on the 5-star skill. So her 5-star skill is going to damage any mon out there on the field for whatever element they're weak to, which is great for farming. And she's on a Siphon set as well as the dark one. I said in the video before, I wouldn't put Dark Kiki on a Siphon set because her adrenaline, well, because she has adrenaline. Adrenaline heals only her HP and not her SP. And even though that SP boost might be helpful for Predator, I find that her on a Ruin set is just as fine. If she had morale boost, then I would definitely consider it, especially with like a 40% Predator. But 30% Predator, I would just focus on maxing out her crit damage and not so much with a Siphon set. You could put Dark Flora on a Siphon set as well. I wouldn't recommend it. I would rather have an Artemis Evo 3 or some Light Raditz's Evo 3. But that pretty much concludes who you could use, at least out of my box, if you have similar mons for a Siphon set. Because Siphon set, mons on Siphon set typically are attackers. They're gonna go in and they're just gonna nuke crap, and that's it. That's all you want. You just want like that OP clear time. So we'll go to Mirage Ruins real quick. Wait, not Mirage. We'll go to Lunar Valley. And if you guys ever noticed, like in the Capture League, maybe not for like the people that are top, but the people that are maybe mid tier or kind of high, they're definitely running probably at least 3 to 4 mons on a Siphon set. Probably 3 mons on a Siphon set and just one that they're leveling, unless they have all the mons in the world leveled up. But they're probably running them on a Siphon set, which is how they're getting like crazy, amazing clear times. Right now, you can see that I have my Fire Sacred. I just got him to Evo 3 like a couple days ago, and it was a worthwhile investment. He's on a triple attack Siphon set. 2 6-star gems, 1 5-star, unfortunately. But his attack is like insane. I think he's absolutely the strongest mon that I have currently. And I have my mini Sarah. She's on a Siphon set as well, as you guys seen. I am raising my dark one too, but the light one at the moment was easier for me to build because she was triple square master race. I have Seedler just for elemental edge on his 1-star skill, so he can just smack things to death. And if they don't die, then Mini Sarah or my Fire Sacred would take care of them. I was leveling up my Venus, but we'll choose someone else, like my god, Mushi. Could level up Jen as well. Where is Mushi? Oh, where is Mushi? Where is he? There he is. Alright, so we're going to put battle on. Siphon sets usually I just throw the game on auto, but for this sake I'm going to show you guys just exactly what it does, because all that you've heard is just a description of it. But I just put it on auto and like I just let it farm. And normally for any stage on extreme, of course, it takes me anywhere from 30-40 seconds to probably about a minute and a half depending on where I'm at. like especially like Glacial Plains and Aurora Plateau, which is the actually the last two areas in the game. That takes me a lot longer than somewhere like here. But I'm here because I'm just farming out some mats for Super Evolution, so I can hopefully get my Light Vic to Super Evo. But we'll go ahead and just have Siegfried attack real quick. You see that morale boost really kicked in, and he only killed one monster, and all of a sudden he's at full, well, he's at max SP. We'll have mini Sarah attack as well. She's not as strong, so hers didn't go up as much, but it did go up quite a lot. So in the next turn, he would do his 5-star skill, Elemental Edge, and basically demolish everybody. And that's one wave down, you know. And look, he already has a full set again, so you could just run it again, and they're all gonna die again. You know, a Siphon set, even one mon like my mini Sarah on a Siphon set, decreased all my farming, like my time for farming for all the content in the game by probably roughly about a minute or so, maybe 45 seconds, and I was able to farm things a lot more efficient even with one mon on a Siphon set. So if you've been going hard on B10 for a while and you're able to do dragons and you're trying to get a team together for dragons, then definitely get a team together for dragons and pray to the gods that you get a decent Siphon set. Yeah, a decent Siphon set, even if it's just like flat attack, HP, crit rate even. Who cares? I'll go ahead and set on auto just to show you guys a little bit more. Who cares? You know, get a Siphon set as soon as you can, and farming will become a breeze in this game. And that's really what the late game players do. If he wasn't asleep, he would have tore them up. But that's how people are getting like a lot of exotics. They're getting a decent amount of gold, and they're catching a lot of Astromons. It's on a Siphon set, especially with more than one mon on a Siphon set. Their clear times are going to be insane. Like, I think this one is going to be a slow run just because Siegfried got put to sleep. But even now, it should still be under a minute, and this is on extreme. But I mean, do take in mind it is an earlier stage, but it's still on extreme. So look, 59 seconds, and I'm pretty sure he can go lower than that. So do a quick restart. And I'll just let him do this one run again, and then we'll go ahead and go to golems, which I'll show you guys what I do at golems B8 as well. I need to test out him in B9. I'm sure he'll not have any problem, but I'm going to do a B9 video soon as well, so stay tuned for that. But just showing you guys just what I do probably on a daily basis, especially with leveling mons and trying to farm out other mons and stuff like that. I did recently complete like basically all the farmable mons that you can get from all the continents. Right now, only thing I have left in terms of rares is the Yetis. I don't have all legendaries, of course, not every element, but I did just Evo 3 Boltwing as well, so I'm definitely progressing quite well. Well, I feel like I'm progressing quite well. But yeah, 49 seconds. I think my lowest here was like 41 seconds, and like I said, it goes from 40, you know, late 30s, early 40s to probably about a minute and a half, maybe a minute and 50 on a bad day and bad RNG. But you're able to clear out areas probably a lot quicker than what you're able to do right now. We'll do B9, well B8. I do use my mini Sarah here and not Siegfried because he is fire and he will still get demolished by the water mons. Actually, no, not by the water mons. They're fire as well. I haven't used Siegfried, but they get the elemental advantage, and they usually leave mini Sarah alone. But we'll go ahead and run this real quick, and my B8 runs take me all of about a minute, just a minute. That freaking dog, man. That freaking dog. But B8 is predominantly how I get my money because I don't have triple square master race, like 3 light radishes on a Siphon set. If I did, I would be farming B10 without a doubt within the same time frame as B8, but unfortunately I don't have that yet, so I'm stuck with B8 farming for gold, which is fine. It costs slightly less energy than B10, and I mean, it takes me 20, 24, 25 minutes maybe, I don't know exactly, but about that time frame to do a full 20 runs, because each run is just usually a minute long, and you also have to take into account loading time as well. But I mean, you literally can just set it and look at that, he's just being demolished. Both my mooners are just level 60. Well, everyone's level 60, but they're both on a Valor set, easily farmable. Waterme Hill is on a broken set. She is skill booked, and my mini Sarah, who's only Evo 2 by the way, because I didn't catch enough to get Evo 3. I cry every time, you guys, but you see just how quick that went. And you keep repeating this. If I do it B8 for probably like a whole day, I'll get at least a couple mil minimum. So I can like dedicate maybe a day out the week just to farm B8 and get probably majority of my money that I'm gonna waste for the rest of the week on the game if I want to. But lately I haven't, because I've been farming out Geminis and spending a whole bunch of money. But like I said, this is all that I do, and I definitely recommend you guys to get a Siphon set if you don't have one. If you're able to farm B10 comfortably, definitely start striving for dragons, because you're really missing out on faster farming times in general. The faster you can farm, the faster resources you can gather, and the more Astromon you can catch, and the more exotics hopefully you can catch if RNG is being nice for you guys. But that pretty much sums up the video, you guys. If you have any questions about a Siphon set, or just, you know, if you have any prospecting mods that you think might fit for a Siphon set, feel free to ask me, or of course you guys can visit Reddit and ask there as well. I'm sure those guys will help you out. But that pretty much concludes it. Stay safe out there. It's really hot here, like pretty much all this week. It's gonna be like 9,000. But I'll see you guys in